Ooh, that light is bright. Is the light too bright, you guys? I'm not used to it. See, that's the reason why I don't do my videos in the house, because the lighting is weird to me. I think I look weird. But anyway, let's get to it. Hey, what's up, Roxstars? It's Rox, and I am coming to you today with the 18th installment of Roxicology, okay? And you know why that is. Say it with me, y'all, because it is non-stop November, okay? And we gonna get through these Roxicology videos. Only in the month of November am I doing it, and then I ain't doing it no more the rest of this year, okay? So if you guys have any questions that you want to send to me, you can send it to the email address that is on the screen. If it is short enough and doesn't take too much time, I will read it on the video, and we will try to get the best answer to you. Now, with all that being said, let's get to these questions, shall we? I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I'm a college student on the rise. Boys and dating have never been my top priority. However, I met someone who definitely became a priority in my life, and rightfully so. I totally did not expect to fall for him and wasn't truly ready to provide all that I should have in the relationship. Although we didn't date long, it ended abruptly and pretty bad, mainly because of me. I'm in a totally different space, relationship-wise, and really miss him and want him back. What should I do? I've texted him so that we may talk, and he responded back saying he would call me. He's an amazing guy, and I really don't want to lose him. Okay. Well, I don't really even know what to tell you other than you let him know that you want to talk like you have. And you kind of have to go by whatever he decides to do. Now, you know, a lot of times we just miss the bus. Okay. Sometimes you're not ready to be in this relationship. You may have been afraid. Okay. You may have been immature in it. Maybe your priorities or your focus was somewhere else, or whatever the reason was, you guys ended. And it sounds like you were pretty difficult when that relationship ended. So, you know, you might have left a bad taste in his mouth. If he hasn't been in a rush to really call you and try to work things out, it might be because he doesn't want to. We can want something a whole lot, but if the other person is not willing to cooperate and they don't want the same thing, there's not really anything that you can do. I mean, I think we all wish that, you know, back in the day when I first started dating, I mean, if it was always some special thing that I could do to make the person change their mind and want to be with me, then I definitely would let you know, save you some heartache, but it's not. If he's not trying to talk to you, or if he's not making it a priority to get there, it might be because he's just not there. And it might just be a learning lesson to you. You know, when you have something good, you have to try to hold on to it. Okay, it's not your fault. You weren't ready, obviously. Now that you're ready, he might have moved on. That means you can meet somebody else, and these things can happen with somebody else. And I know he's a great guy, and you really want it to work, and you really want him back, and you really miss him and all that. But yeah, sometimes it just doesn't work out that way. But you know, all you can do is tell him, and all you can do is, I mean, you know, be persistent enough. I mean, don't be chasing after him, and don't be worrying him to death. I mean, but just let him know that that's what you would want, and then you just have to go by what he says. Okay, and what he does, if he's willing to meet you halfway. Y'all, this is funny. I have two girlfriends, Regina, known her 20 years, and Pam, I've known her as 10 years. Pam lives in my building, and Regina goes to Pam's house when she comes to visit. I have a problem with this, and they both just brush it off and say I'm jealous. Regina called, and Pam texted me the day after my birthday and got the nerve to wonder why I don't have time to see them. My feelings are not being validated, so I just cut them both off by not spending any time with them all. We all feel the tension, but no one is bringing up the situation for discussion, so we all just keep acting like nothing's wrong. As I keep them at a distance, they only can reach me by phone and text, and that's not that often as it used to be. I really do have peace of mind, and I actually prefer those bitches to keep away. How can I move on without hurting their feelings? I got them both birthday gifts for their birthday, and they ain't even gave me nothing, not even a call. Regina calls and mentions Pam all the time like she's being spiteful, and Pam acts over the top like, woo woo, I miss you so much, hugs when she sees me, but yet calls Regina for small talk and inquiring about me. These grown-ass women close to 50 years old are acting like children. I don't have time for the bullshit. Help me put an end to this wretchedness. Girl, now listen, because this is sister girl to sister girl. I'm just going to tell you, it sounds like they done moved on already without you, okay? I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but I mean, if you don't really want to be friends with them, you feel like their friendship is not giving you whatever it is that you need, then you just stop talking to them. Okay? It ain't got to be no whole big conversation about it. You know, you just start to distance yourself. But what I'm telling you, it sounds like they've already kind of doing it already. Now, if I really was going to be very serious with you, I think the whole thing is kind of childish. Even kind of the way you feel. Like, I know that these girls were your friends, and now that they're friends, they seem to be closer with each other than with you, that you're feeling slighted and you're feeling pushed out. But you know, sometimes it's just the way it happens. And then I kind of feel like you might be reading into it a little bit further than it needs to be. Okay, how do you know what they talk about on the phone? Small talk, and they're inquiring about you. How do you know that? Have you been able to sit and listen? Okay, do you feel like maybe your defenses are so high because you're so upset with the way things have gone that you are extra paranoid about what they may or may not be saying about you? They might not be talking about you. But I think that if you feel like you're not getting what you need out of this relationship anymore, then you need to, I mean, it don't need to be nothing. Okay, you feel like their feelings are going to be hurt, but they barely talk to you? Like, I don't know. To me, if that's really truly what the case is, they're going to be all right if they don't talk to you, and you're going to be all right if you don't talk to them. So, like, what is the big thing? But I think that all of it is kind of childish, okay? Because now we almost 50 years old, okay? I don't have to be a friend, okay? I know you've known them girls for a long time and everything, and friendships are important, but, you know, I'm sure you have other things in your life that you need to tend to, okay? And worrying about what Pam and Regina is talking about, whether or not it's you, yeah, I just think the whole thing is really just childish. That's kind of jacked up. But yeah, if you are doing all this work to maintain a friendship and them girls are not doing the same, like, I just kind of feel like they don't feel the same friendship for you that you feel for them. Okay, so it might be time. A lot of friendships have a season. It might be time to, you know, just kind of call this one an end, okay, and let Regina and Pam go off into the sunset, and you do whatever you got to do for your life, girl. But yeah, I'm sorry if I'm feeling like if I'm being mean and everything. Y'all, anybody out there, y'all see it a little differently? Y'all, listen to this. I've been besties with this girl for 15 plus years, and she has been married for 10 years. I have been sleeping with her man behind her back for nearly 9 years. We have a son and a daughter together. They are 7 and 3. She knows nothing about this. She thinks I got pregnant from a one-night stand. Her husband sees his kids regularly, pays child support, pays my rent and utilities. She is my kid's godmother, and her kids come over to have play dates. Her husband has divorce papers and is ready to file them. He wants to be here with me and our kids. My question is, how should we tell her? Should I, because I knew her first? Should he, because they are married? Or should we all just sit down and hash it out and talk? Also, do you think that he should fight for sole custody of his kids by her, since we are ready to be one happy blended family now? First of all, this better not be no bullshit. I mean, I kind of feel like this letter is bullshit, but then I was just like, I mean, you've heard stories about this happening, so that's the only reason why I'm answering it. I'm just going to tell you, in real life, I just don't understand what makes women think like this. Okay, now I hate to be talking to my rock stars like this, okay, because I care about you guys. And I don't want to be disrespectful and all this. But girl, what the fuck is wrong with you? Do you really think that all this is about to work out the way you think it should? First of all, it's very, very trifling that you are sleeping with your best friend's husband. Okay? Not only that, but you guys have had 2 kids. Okay, so it wasn't even like one was a mistake and you learned from it. But you decided to go off and have another baby by this man. Okay, knowing that he's with her. Okay? That is so foul, so fucked up. How you can even call this woman your bestie with friends like you who needs enemies? Okay, I don't want to know that my best friend is sleeping with my husband and has family with him, has kids with him. Not only that, but he's paying your bills, he's paying your rent, utilities, all of that. And now you guys are ready to break it to her that you guys are going to be together. Are you serious? Do you really think that she's going to sit down and want to listen to any of that? Do you really feel good about what you're doing? You're about to break up another family on some bullshit? Okay, and I'm not trying to say that your family is bullshit, but the way the family started was bullshit. Okay, because you knew that was her man. And for you to keep on doing it for 9 years, this girl's been married for 10. You know, he's fucked up, and I feel like you fucked up for doing that. And then to write something and be so matter of fact in the letter, like, oh, should we all sit down and talk? You know, should he get sole custody of his kids because, you know, we ready to be one big happy family? What the fuck? I mean, you guys are ready to be one big happy family, okay, and what, you just gonna leave that girl in the cold and take her kids? Really? I mean, none of this is, I don't even know if I believe it. I'm getting my blood boiled and all upset, but I don't even really know if I believe this whole thing. Okay, because he's paying child support. Why don't this wife know what he's paying? Okay, she don't know about his finances, where money is going. Okay, he's missing. He sees his kids regularly. Yeah, all of this is just like, I really hope that it's not true. But if it is true, I really think that, girl, being like this, your day is gonna come. Okay, if you think that this whole thing with this man and your best friend, so-called, is gonna work out, you and him gonna be together, he gonna get a divorce, and you know, you guys gonna ride off into the sunset with her kids with him and your kids with him, why do you even want to be with somebody like that? Okay? Why do you want to be with somebody that has created a whole nother family with somebody else? Don't you think that maybe he could do that same thing to you? Okay, if you've been so clever and adept of hiding it from his wife of 10 years, what does he hide from you as well? Why do you trust that he's going to not tell you any lies in the future? That just frustrated me. Okay, and if it's not true, then I'm real mad that y'all getting my damn, blood boiled like this, but yeah, you need to reevaluate you. Okay, not even talking about these kids, this man, your best friend, any of that. Okay, for you to just be okay and want to take all of this from your best friend just because you now part of his life. Yeah, that's just fucked up. It's fucked up. Okay, and I don't think I've ever said answer a letter like this, but yeah, I think that you are that's fucked up of you to be doing that. Now, I've known of things like this happening. I actually know some people that have secret families and all that, that shit it tears a family apart. It is a big deal. Okay, and and they didn't even know the other lady. Like, they weren't best friends with the other lady. I mean, I can imagine you are about to just completely devastate this woman. Okay, now if you were secretive and you was fucking them and it was a secret and you didn't want, and you didn't tell her what it was back then, now all of a sudden you feel like you deserve to take all that now? Like, I just, girl, no. Yeah. That is so wrong. So wrong. I'm not going to tell you what, I don't think you should do anything. I think you should keep your life the way it is. I feel sorry for you and that guy, though. Let me get off of here. Ugh, frustrating. I moved in with my mother after the death of my brother to help out and go back to school. I moved almost a month ago because I have my nursing license now. Well, now my mother still expects me to take care of her household and mine. She also tells my I guess they left the word out, best friend, I don't love her because I say no to certain things. Lastly, she took $50 from my wallet and I was just over it. And she says, I'm your mother, I can have it. My question is, am I obligated to financially and emotionally support my mother? In real short terms, no. Okay, now listen, we done been through this a whole bunch of times. I've had people write me with these same type of questions. No, you are not financially and emotionally obligated to take care of your mother. Okay, but it is a good thing when we can help our parents. Our parents raised us, and I'm sure they sacrificed quite a bit for us. So in return, when we get older and our parents are not able to do for themselves like they used to, then it is nice that we are able to help them. But it is not an obligation. We don't have to do it. And when you have a mother or a father who expects and feels like they are you know, that they are supposed to get this help because they did that for you, then yeah, it's a problem there. Because the whole fact of the matter is nobody chooses to be somebody's child. Okay? The reason that I am your child is because you had me. Okay? That means that you had to take care of me. You had the choice. I didn't. Okay? So and nowhere in the rule books do it say that I gotta take care of my mama, okay? And I mean that it's okay for my mama to steal $50 damn out of my wallet and just be like, oh, it's okay, I'm the mama. No, that's not okay. That is not okay. You know, there are times when parents play on our emotions. Okay, they know what they can and can't get out of you, and your parents can ruin your life. Okay, if you have one of these parents that are overbearing and feel like they're entitled to, you know, whatever it is that you have, then that is a problem because, yeah, they're not entitled. They're not entitled. Okay, and they play on your guilt. Okay, and you know that, you know, your mom was having a hard time. You said that there was a death, you know, your brother died. And also, you know, your mom was going through some things emotionally. And, you know, you were really trying to be there for her. But you can't be there for her for the rest of your life. Okay, you got to move on with your life the same way, you know, she's already an older person. Okay, you still young and still have your life to live. So yeah, you're not obligated. And I know it's hard, you know, to tell your mother no, because like you know, my parents were never this way, but I feel like I would have a hard time if my mom really needed me and asked me to do something. You know, I probably would have had a hard time telling her no. But yeah, when they're using you clearly, okay, and stealing money from you, then no. You have your own household. You cannot support two households. She's going to have to start bringing something to the table as well. So that's it. Yeah, I don't. You're not obligated, not at all. There's this guy that I'm seeing that I really do like and can tell he likes me. Only thing is he is HIV positive. I know there are preventative measures against it, but I still have fear. Should I allow that to be a deal breaker? The old dreaded HIV. I mean, if I was going to be real with you, okay, just me. If I was trying to date somebody and I found out that they have HIV, I would steer clear. Now, that's probably shallow, but I think that's also realistic. But we also know that there's plenty of people that have HIV that are in partnerships with somebody who doesn't have HIV and that they're able to keep the other person from getting it because there are preventative measures. Okay, HIV has become the disease that people are not as afraid of as they used to be. As a matter of fact, I'm more afraid of cancer than I am of HIV. Okay, because people are living with HIV now. They're not, you know, ready to make that statement, you know, that people are actually living, but we have plenty of examples now. And the medications are at least letting these people, you know, live out. Before, I think they were saying they thought it would only be 10 years. I mean, people are living well beyond 10 years with HIV. And like you said, you already know that there are preventative measures. So it's not impossible. But if I was going to give you what would Roxanne do, I probably wouldn't go there. But you know, if you really like this person and you've already, you know, established a relationship, I know it's going to be kind of hard to try to break away from that person. Now, what you guys do in your bedroom and his status is nobody else's business other than you guys, right? Okay, so people don't have to know that the person is HIV positive. I mean, yes, there's a stigma, definitely. But you don't, it's not like something that you need to tell people. If you guys are coming up with these safe ways of engaging in sex and, you know, I don't see it being that horrible. So I don't feel like it has to be a deal breaker for you. I don't think that it's a bad thing that you want to be with somebody that has HIV. You communicate with the person. Okay, y'all figure out together what y'all need to do to be safe. Okay, you make sure that person keeps their medications. You continue to get yourself checked out. And you know, I don't see where it would be impossible. I am a 20-year-old female seeking advice on how to get out on my feet. Right now, I stay with my two sisters, aunt and cousin. I do not have a job, card, license, etc. Part of that is because I'm scared of change and the thought of being out on my own. My question to you is, how old were you when you moved out? Was it hard? Were you scared? I just want some advice. I know it's past time to get the hell out of this house. As long as you know it, then that is the first step. You're actually still very young. I mean, 20, I moved out when I was 19 years old. I moved out with a roommate. I had been working since I was 16, though. And actually, I had been working since I was 15. And so I was always getting money, income, or whatever. And then at 19, like I said, my girlfriend Debbie moved back from Virginia. She had gone to college for a year. And then it didn't work out there, so she came back to LA, and we got an apartment together, and we lived together for like 6 years. So 19 is still kind of young. 20 is still kind of young. I mean, because some people live with their parents until they get married, or until they're in their mid-20s once they finish college. It's some things that some kids do stay with their parents a long time, but it is time definitely to start having a plan. Okay, you're not going to be 20 forever, and it's definitely going to be time to get out of there. Now, you living with your sister, you living with all these people, and you starting to feel the pressure that it's time to make a move. Yeah, life can be scary. I wasn't scared, though. I was very excited about moving out on my own. It was so funny. I remember my mom was just like, "You sure you want to do this? You sure you want to go?" And I was so excited. I mean, I was just like, "Yes!" And when I was packing, my mom and dad was just kind of looking real sad and everything. And I was just putting all my stuff in the box like, "I'm getting the hell out of here." It's exciting to be able to be in your own place, in your own space, okay, and creating your own life for yourself. And you can do it. Okay, but you have got to start somewhere, and ain't no reason why you can't start today. So what you need to first start to do is look for a job, because you can't do nothing without any money. Okay, and I'm assuming you living with all these people because you don't have it. Okay, but you need to find you a job, and once you get a steady income coming in, and I'm not saying that you got to be making all these hundreds of thousands of dollars and everything, but once you get a steady amount of money coming in, okay, then you make the next step. You make the next plan. Next plan is to try to find somewhere to live. Okay, you can try to find it with a roommate. I mean, you living with your sisters right now, right? Why can't you try to, you guys work together to try to get a place together? That'll cut down on some of the bills. I don't know where you are, but, that'll cut down on some of the bills on you. Because when I had my roommate, it was much easier. Our rent was $800. And this was back in 1990. We only paid $400 a piece, and that's doable. And then we split our utilities, and we were able to do it. So what I'm saying is, you have to start doing things in steps. Okay, when you look at the whole big picture, it can be overwhelming and it can be intimidating. But when you just do something in steps, first thing is get a job. Okay, you have got to get some income. You can't do nothing. You just sitting in the house. You just doing nothing. Okay, but when you have some money, then you have other opportunities. I mean, you can at least get out of the house. I mean, you can even get your ass on the bus and go somewhere. Okay, so that's the first step. The second step is once you get some income, you try to find somewhere else to live. And then the third step is, you try to furnish that home, maybe get a better job. That's just kind of how it works. Okay, nobody says that at 20 you're supposed to have it all figured out. You're not. But you're not going to get nowhere sitting on the couch at your auntie's house. Listen, I got another letter that was talking about, navigating the 20s. And even though I didn't read that letter, I feel like it's similar to what you're asking here. We live in such a world that everything is like on demand. You need to have it now. Nobody is really willing to put in the work to do things. And the truth of the matter is you don't get shit without work, okay? Old-fashioned work ethic and old-fashioned just doing it the right way is what always works for everybody. So, you can't just think that you're going to get up and you're going to find this great job and then you're going to be able to buy this car and then you're going to be able to move into this apartment. You can't think that that's how it's going to be. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen, but more times than not, it doesn't happen that way, okay? When I was in my 20s, I had a good time. I partied, I drank, I was in school, I worked, okay, I had my relationships, I dated, I did all of that. I didn't have it figured out at all, but I knew I was living day to day and I was having a good time, and I think that that's what the 20s should be. Okay, it shouldn't be that much pressure on yourself in your early 20s to really have it all together. Now, when you start getting to closer to 30, then it might be time to, I didn't say that you still couldn't have fun with your life, but it might be time to start trying to figure out what the next step is. And then once you figure out what it is, then you need to try to work towards that. So that's all I'm saying. The 20s are all about learning, okay? And the 20s are all about really getting all of your having fun out so that you really are ready for regular real life. So you're at 20, you're really at the beginning, okay? I think that you feeling the pressure because, like I said, everybody just thinks that we're supposed to have everything right now. And yeah, that's not what it has to be. But yeah, you have to put in the work and you have to get out and do it. So find yourself a job, ma'am. Find yourself a job. Let that be the first and most important thing. And then you just make very small goals that are attainable. And once you start to check them off, you'll see that you are nowhere where you were when you were 20. Okay? That's all you got to do. It's not that hard. You'll be all right. All right, you guys. So that's it. I had fun answering these questions, y'all. Y'all tell me what y'all think about that one that was talking about having a baby. The two babies with the best friend's husband and all. Have you ever heard of something so crazy? Now, girl, if you listen, I feel bad when I talk to people, but that letter right there just got under my skin because I just think about my best friends and how much I care about my best friends and love my best friends, and for them to do something, something like that to me, that would be devastating. That would crush me, and I just want you to understand the level of, the grief that you about to put on this girl. Yeah. That's fucked up. That's all I'm going to say. But y'all let me know if you even think that whole letter was true. Or did I just get my dander up for nothing? Let me get off of here, you guys. You guys remember to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is for itsrox, and everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. I hope that you guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.